Hello students, welcome to QMT Revision Classes. I'm Apurva, Assistant Professor, Department of Bachelor of Business Administration, KLE Societies Degree College, Nagarbari, Bangalore. In today's session, we will learn how to calculate quartile deviation, and coefficient of quartile deviation. Here, I have a problem from your previous year question paper, wherein they have asked us to calculate the first and the third quartiles using the given information. So if you have a look at the question, you will understand that this is a discrete series problem wherein you have distinct values with their corresponding frequencies. So whenever you are given a discrete series and asked to calculate quartiles, you have to first calculate the cumulative frequencies. So how will you calculate your cumulative frequency? Your first cumulative frequency is going to be equal to the first frequency value. So whatever is the first frequency value, you will take the same value as your cumulative frequency. With the second cumulative frequency value, you will add the preceding cumulative frequency value and the current frequency value. The current frequency value for your second cumulative frequency is 14 and the preceding frequency value is 20. So 20 plus 14 will give you 34. For the next cumulative frequency value, you will add 34 plus 6. 34 is the cumulative frequency value of the preceding size and the frequency value, the current size is 6. So both when added, you're going to get your cumulative frequency, which is 40. Next, you will add 40 plus 26, you will get 66. In the next class, you will add 66 plus 9, you will get 75. In the next class, you will add 75 plus 30, you will get 88 as the cumulative frequency. And for the last class, it's going to be 88 plus 4, which is 92. So once we have calculated our cumulative frequency, next we need to know the formula to calculate our quartile 1. So the formula to calculate quartile 1 is the size or the value of n plus 1 divided by 4th term. Okay, so the value of this term is going to be our first quartile. So n here is nothing but the summation of our frequency values. When we add all our frequency values, we're going to get n. So n for this particular problem is 92. So 92 plus 1 divided by 4 is going to be 23.25th term. .25th term. So this term is after 20 but before 34. Since it is before 34, 23.25th term is going to fall somewhere here, and 300 is going to be your quartile 1 value. Next is calculation of your third quartile. So with the same formula, if you multiply it by 3, you're going to get your third quartile. So 23.25th term into 3, you will be getting 69.75th term. So your 69.75th term is going to come after 66 but before 675. Now you need to locate 69.75th term in your table. It will fall somewhere here. Hence, the size of 69.75th term is 375. So like this, we found out our first and the third quartile. So that's all is asked in this problem. But if suppose they ask you to calculate the quartile range, the formula is going to be Q3 minus Q1. So if Q3 we have already calculated, that is 375 minus Q1, which is 300. So when you subtract both, you will get 75. So our quartile range for this problem is 75. Next, if you are asked to calculate quartile deviation, the formula is Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. So Q3 is 375 minus Q1 300 by 2. You will get 75 by 2, which is 37.5. So 37.5 is our quartile deviation. Next, when you are asked to find out coefficient of quartile deviation, the formula is Q3 minus Q1 divided by Q3 plus Q1, which is equal to 375 minus 300 divided by 375 plus 300 is equal to 0.11. 0.11 is going to be your coefficient of quartile deviation for this particular problem. So this is how you solve this problem. Hope you all have understood. If you have any doubts, you can post that in the comment section and we will be happy to help you. That's all for today's class. Thank you very much for watching.